I'm Adam. They call me the Phixer, and I've seen what wealth buys when the cameras are off. For years, I operated in silence, a ghost in the machine, fixing the million-dollar problems of the few people on Earth who genuinely believe they are above the rules. I'm an electrician, a systems engineer, a plumber, and the one person who sees the true scale of their paranoia and their luxury. Every contract I sign has an NDA so thick and binding it could fund a small country. My silence was the most expensive service I sold, but the sheer volume of hypocrisy I've witnessed has reached a breaking point. Now, the silence is over. This call came through a secure, encrypted service designated Project Y. No name, no address, just coordinates leading to a shipyard in Northern Europe. I was flown out on a private charter, the type of jet where the leather seats are softer than your mattress. The target was Jeff Bezos' Kuru yacht, a $500 million sailing behemoth. This wasn't a boat. It was a floating city, a fortress designed not to navigate the seas, but to escape the world. My job was a catastrophic failure in the yacht's custom climate control system, specifically the unit dedicated to the primary digital archive vault. The vault. That was the core of the job. It was located 3 decks below the waterline, built with steel thicker than any bank vault I've ever seen. The security was insane. Retinal scans, voice authentication, and a redundant alarm system that could wake the entire NATO fleet. I was escorted by a security detail, but once inside the engine rooms, I was alone with my tools and with the silence that only comes from deep beneath the ocean. The air in that part of the yacht was sterile, cold, and heavy with the smell of expensive metal. The initial problem was a simple coolant leak, but the complexity was overwhelming. This wasn't standard marine refrigeration. It was a custom-engineered cooling unit designed to keep a massive server farm at cryogenic stability. The digital archive vault wasn't just storing old photos. It was storing decades of business transactions, proprietary algorithms, and possibly information that could destabilize entire governments. As I worked on the main coolant line, a titanium alloy pipe I had to weld with specialized equipment, I realized the sheer scale of the waste. The pipe had failed because of a minute, insignificant manufacturing defect, yet fixing it required shutting down half of the yacht's operational systems, costing millions just in downtime. This is where wealth stops making sense, when repairing a tiny flaw requires a monumental intervention. While the system rebooted, I had a precious 10 minutes of downtime, and that's when I saw it. Just above the primary coolant pressure gauge, tucked behind a mess of fiber optic cables, was a small, custom-made access port. It wasn't standard, it wasn't labeled, and it was slightly ajar. Curiosity is a dangerous tool, but it's the only one that can cut through the BS of the ultra-rich. I pulled out my endoscopic camera, the kind I usually use to check for plumbing leaks in walls, and slipped it through the gap. The camera feed lit up a space barely bigger than a shoebox, but what was inside was electrifying. It was a secondary, hidden hard drive, shielded by lead, completely disconnected from the yacht's main network. It wasn't the digital archive, it was something else. The camera focused, and I saw a faded custom label handwritten on the drive casing, Project Chimera, Private. Project Chimera. The name itself felt like a threat. The drive looked old, dusty, and completely out of place in this state-of-the-art vault. It wasn't about technology. It felt personal. While I was distracted by the drive, the main power system sputtered back to life. The hydraulic pressure in the coolant line slammed back on, and the access port sealed itself tight, cutting off the view. My 10 minutes were up. I finished the welding,
replaced the damaged pipe, and tested the system. Everything was green. I reported the fix as a simple coolant pressure anomaly, keeping the Project Chimera detail to myself. But the damage was done. I had seen the name, and the look of that hidden drive, private, analog, disconnected, told a far more compelling story than the billions of digital files on the main server. As I was escorted out, I saw the true face of their isolation. The yacht was magnificent, but empty. No crew smiles, just silent security. No family enjoying the billion-dollar luxury, just a handful of staff maintaining a museum of wealth. They are escaping the world, but they are also escaping from it. Their luxury isn't a joy, it's a defense mechanism. They spend fortunes building fortresses, not realizing the real damage comes from within, from the small, messy human mistakes that even titanium and billions of dollars can't fix.
I'm the one who fixed the broken pipe. I'm the one who saw the label. And now, I'm the one telling the truth. They bought my silence with money, but they didn't buy my memory. The oath of the NDA is strong, but the weight of these secrets is heavier. Every problem I fix is a window into a world of unchecked power and unimaginable paranoia. This is why I broke the code. This is why I started this channel. Because if the man fixing the yacht's plumbing can't speak the truth, then who can? I fixed the damage to the pipe, but the glitch in the system, the moral failure of their extreme wealth, that's something they can never repair. And that's the story I'm going to tell. If you think a hidden hard drive on a yacht is crazy, wait until you hear about the secret vault I found when I fixed the smart glass in Kim Kardashian's shower. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The next secret drops soon.